Is it Alicia?
Elika.
Elika.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Fail Forward with Me podcast. I'm with Elika. She is the owner of One Plunge. I'm super excited to be getting to ask a bunch of questions to you today because we haven't actually met or even really spoken about what you guys do and what you're offering. So I would love to just dive in and I guess start with, what brought this business on and what brought it on.
Oh, like where did the idea come from?
Yeah.
We're super homebodies, like big homebodies, and we wanted something that where we could extend our outdoor use like well into the cold months. We never go on vacation, so we like to make like our outdoor space a vacation, and form work. So essentially they're reinforced concrete pools, and form work is something my husband has been doing since he's been since he was 15 years old. So It's something that he knows how to build. So after having a large pool in our old house that never got used for like any summer, and it was closed for 8 months out of the year. When we moved, I still wanted all the benefits of having a pool, but not all the work that came with it. And I just love the idea of plunge pools, and really wanted to incorporate it in our outdoor space. And precast plunge pools, because they're precast formwork, they are great because we can build them in a shop and they're ready to deliver on site. So the technology of formwork isn't new, but when it comes to precast concrete plunge pools, that's new. And we just started the business this year and throwing it out there and see if everyone loves it as much as I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially your customers, all they have to do in preparation, whether I'm not sure if you do the prep or they do the prep, but is put a hole in the ground.
Pretty much. Yeah. No, we can do the site prep. I get calls from people as far as like Sault Ste. Marie, where I can't really send installers that far, but we do ship throughout Ontario. So we do provide detailed specifications if someone is working with their own landscaper. So yeah, typically that's what you would do. You would excavate, and then the pool gets delivered on a flatbed boom truck with its own lifting crane, and it gets placed right where they want the spot of the pool. Yeah, like obviously you have to choose the most, like you can't just put it anywhere. Like you want to choose a spot that like suits your property and where the access isn't so difficult to get around. So, but yeah, they're built in a shop. The interior is tiled and they are delivered ready to be installed on site. So I want to say with the excavation and the delivery, you can do it in as little as 3 to 5 days. Typically is what it would take. 3 to 5 days. Yeah.
Now with the tile, do you do the precast thing and then you tile them and then you deliver them, or do you tile them when it's installed?
We tile them in the shop, so they're delivered tiled.
Yeah. Okay, and then people do have the option to, I think I was just kind of quickly browsing the website this morning, so people
very
can
new and it's constantly being updated. Like websites are not my thing. I could talk about the pools all day and talk to people, but the website, I'll keep adding more and more information on there. But yeah,
right,
it gets people to call me, right? Because they're like, ask me more questions.
Well, it's easier just to talk to somebody and ask questions, which is kind of why I thought doing this would be great, because I like meeting local entrepreneurs, and you guys are is it Warkworth?
Yeah, we're in Warkworth. Yeah,
that's awesome. And do you just do you make them right on site, like at your home?
No, we have a shop that's about 10 minutes away from our home. I don't have the space in our house to do them, so we rent a bigger shop. Yeah.
Okay.
So they do take some work. Like you do have to build the forms, and then you have to do the rebar, and then the concrete comes delivered on a truck, and it's cast in one pour. So the benefit of them being cast in one pour is that it makes them watertight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that there is an option for them to be heated. So is this a 4-season option for a pool? Like, is this a 4-season pool?
So the pool operates off the same equipment a regular size swimming pool does. So you have your pump, your sand filter, all of that stuff. They're just the smaller size ones because the pool is smaller. You don't have to add a heater, but I mean, you want to use it all year round, then yeah, like you would. Like most
Yeah.
people would use a heater, even in the summertime. Like, you know, you want to use a heater like in the evenings or just to warm it up a little bit during the day. But yes, with the heater and because of their size, you can use them all year round.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was looking, and so is it called the Every
Yep,
model?
that is the model that I've put out. That's what I've named it because, you know, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
That could, yeah, I mean, that's just me throwing things out there. Like it could change. I could come up with another one. Basically, we do have two sizes. So there's a 5x10, which is the interior, and then a 6x12, which is the interior is 6x12. So the Every can be cast to include a ledge, no ledge, like a ledge step. So because they are custom, we can create forms specific to what somebody likes, or you could just make them like one plunge, like no step, no ledge. You can just enjoy it like that. Right now, I do offer them at like the depth is 5 feet.
Okay.
But if that's too deep for someone, we can make it more shallow. Most people like agree with the 5 foot, and it's all an even depth. Like there's no slope or, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in the future, is there an opportunity for it to be deeper? Like I was talking to my husband and I was like, "Look, we should look into this
Yeah.
because we would love to you know, transform our backyard. We have
Yep.
such a clean canvas to do like kind of whatever we wanted." But he's like, I would want it to be pretty big. Like if we're gonna do this, like we would want to go big. So is the opportunity there to make them bigger, or is it
Yeah.
um
No, because they're reinforced concrete, right? So they
right,
are plunge pools. Anything bigger, you've got an on-site concrete swimming pool built, and you can't
right.
really need anything bigger in the winter time, you know, than what they are.
That's
Also,
right. That makes sense.
yeah, they're very, very heavy. So you have to be safe when you're transporting and installing them because they are reinforced concrete and you can't transport anything wider than 8 feet in Ontario. If you do, you need a permit. You have to do it during certain times of the day. It can be done. We just kind of want to stick to the product and grow what
Simple.
we offer. Yeah, they're plunge pools. Like if you want something bigger, then, you know, you got to get a swimming pool, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
this is a great option. So
Yep.
for really anybody, I mean, if
Yep.
people just want something to cool off in or whatever, right?
Yep.
Like it's such a great
Yep.
it kind of reminds me, not that I've ever stayed at a hotel with like your own little pool, but like
Yeah.
that's kind of like what size they would be, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um what was my other question? Oh, so this new thing with like these cold pools or cold
Mhm. The
whatever.
cold
I don't
plunge. Yep.
Cold plunges, yeah. So could somebody use it for that? And I mean,
You can, like, you don't have to necessarily adjust the heat in the summertime. I mean, it's not going to get super super cold. There are chiller options. We can look into that for you, but I know there are chillers out there that can chill your water and make them like super
cool.
cold.
That
Yeah,
would
but
be cool.
at the same time, it operates as a swimming pool, right? So the water is constantly circulating. So you don't want really cold or frozen water in your pipes. Like even when you're using it in the
Yeah.
winter time, like you have to be, you know, committed to at least running the pump for, you know, some time to keep the water circulating, and you have to maintain like a warm temperature because it is essentially a swimming pool. So there is pipes around it and full on plumbing and yeah, like a cold plunge. I don't. You can go into it when it's cold in the wintertime, but I believe the cold plunge pools are basically you just fill them with water and just kind of dive right in there. I don't think they
Yeah.
operate like on,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
like
keep
on a
them
pump
cooled.
or anything that circulates your water. Yeah. But I mean, you can keep it
Yeah.
cold, like don't heat it, like jump in it, go for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that seems to be a new trend right now is these cold
Oh,
plunge things, which
totally.
I know that they're good for your health and wellness and stuff like that,
Yep.
but I'm just like, "Ooh, I don't know." I don't know if I would
You could just,
like,
I would
it
just
has to
roll
be.
around in the snow and then get in the pool when it's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I feel like it would have the same effect. Like you would have such a contrast of like temperature, like oh you're freezing cold, and then like boom you're like super hot. I don't know. I think it would have the same effect on you mentally and physically, but I don't know.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So what is your vision for the future for this company?
My vision, that's a good question. So I mean, we're really new. We just threw it out there this year, so obviously, like, as we grow, I'm probably gonna tweak a few things. Try to, like, I want to build a brand and kind of stand out from everyone else. The fact that we're the only company in Ontario that actually designs and engineers precast concrete plunge pools is amazing. We're not the first in the world, but we are the first in Ontario, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
So basically, just grow with it. Like, the more I interact and the more installations I do with people and I find out what they want, like, I guess it'll help me build my brand more. I've never, built like a brand before. So I love getting feedback, like talking to people about it, because
Yeah.
that gives me so many ideas. But yeah, I just want to grow my company and I want to put it out there and, show people like all the great benefits of having a plunge pool. You can use it year round. You use, it's less to maintain than a large swimming pool. It can fit virtually in any space. Access is a thing. Sometimes a second crane is required, but a crane is required to install even like hot tubs and regular size pools too.
Yeah.
But yeah, people who are looking for, I guess, an alternative to a big swimming pool. Some people are super put off by the maintenance of a big pool, but want to be by water, want to enjoy that in their home and backyard. So I do think it's a great alternative.
For sure. And then, so say I'm building a house and I want an indoor pool, but I want an indoor plunge pool. And so that would be an option that would be available if it was accessible.
You can build an enclosure around it. I would talk to your contractors about how you want to do that. I mean, it is a reinforced concrete structure. So how you install it, I would just talk to your contractor and they can talk to me and give them the specifications, and then you can decide if that's something you want to do. Or you can build an enclosure around it outside, kind of like a sunroom. There are people who like to do that, but to keep it in your home, I don't talk to your contractor. I know what they think. Sure.
I would imagine
it is concrete. We can do anything with concrete. So
yeah. Because in Florida, that's very popular, right? Having their enclosed pools and stuff like that. That's actually a really great idea. And as far as price point, because I know that's probably something that you will get lots of questions about. Now, I know that the pricing is on the website, but do you want to talk about pricing and that kind of thing?
So the pricing is, when you see it, is the base price. So it does include all the equipment that comes with a pool. And our pools are all equipped with a Color Logic interchangeable pool light. So in the cast in plumbing, when we build the pools, we have to cast in the return jets and the skimmer. So everything that you need to operate the pool comes with the base price and the tiling of our Delta Series tiles. I just put up some of the options on our website too. Heater is not included. That would be an upgrade. Everyone's heating source is different. Some people don't have access to natural gas. They'll use propane. Some people don't want to use propane. They'll use an electric heater. That's something that I would go over with a client, and then I would source it out for them and, the price on that. Some people just purchase it on their own and we can hook it up for them. The insulated pool cover, that is also an option too. That's not included in the base price. Installation is not included in the base price. Like, obviously the install is another component of putting it in, because installing a plunge pool is in every way a construction project. It's not a hot tub. It's not a swim spa. It's not a cedar sauna. You don't get it delivered and place it on your deck and plug it in. Like, it is in every way a pool. It's just our pool is built in a shop and delivered, ready to be installed on site. Yeah.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's an amazing idea to pursue for sure. I do think that even maybe like consider, just as I'm always like spewing ideas to people, maybe consider doing like a mini cold plunge pool that doesn't have any like.
You can do that. You know what? You can cast even like side by side. So if you want to if you wanted the plunge pool with like the heater and everything, you can even cast like a small one like next to it that you can use as a cold plunge and attach a chiller to it.
That would be
You
cool.
kind of have both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Awesome.
I would offer for sure. Like I can look into a cold plunge, but that's not where my
Yeah.
direction is at the moment. But
Yeah.
that could be a cool thing to do. So
That would be like a little side niche,
yes,
like
yeah,
opportunity add on, whatever.
exactly. So like a little one next to your plunge pool. I think that would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. So when you do create it, you can remember me giving you this idea.
Yeah. Well, they are custom, right? So I do listen to people's needs and what they want as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like certain things like size, I can't really compromise on just because of their weight, and they are plunge pools, and they would have to be an on-site build. But yeah, these
Right.
are our sizes because that's kind of what you have to stick with, right? Because they
Yeah.
are engineered approved, and like lifting anchors can only hold so much weight. So you have
Right.
to use the right lifting anchors. Like you have to be able to transport and install them safely. And
Yeah.
to talk about their weight, like the smallest one, the 5x10 weighs 22,000 pounds. So
Holy cow.
like, yeah, when I say they're reinforced concrete, they're not like they're a foot reinforced with rebar. This stuff is heavy. Like
Yeah.
that's what I love about them. They're made with quality materials. Even the tiles are pretty heavy. Like once you add the tiles onto them, like it's even like more weight. But
Right.
yeah, so that's kind of why we don't make them bigger in the shop, right?
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
And they
Totally.
can, the cool thing about our plunge pools is they can be installed on a slope. So you can't install fiberglass pools or pool wall shells on a slope, but because ours are reinforced concrete, they act as their own retaining wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes sense. Cool.
yeah, yeah. So that's
Well,
cool.
I'm super excited about this concept. Like I said, I think it's brilliant, and obviously, I'm a realtor in Campbellford. So if any of my clients or prospects want to,
I hope so. Yeah, please.
talk pools, then I'm gonna send them your way.
Yeah.
And I think too, like this will be on Spotify and on all the podcast platforms and YouTube and all that. So you're welcome to send anybody over here if they've got questions that we've answered. And yeah,
No, I
I
hate that so much.
I look forward to following your journey and seeing what you guys do in the near future.
Yeah, thank you. I love all the support. Like, even for people who don't want to plunge pool right now, they just, they kind of root for us and they love following our story. They love following the process. So I appreciate like anyone basically who's interested wants to talk about
Yeah,
my
yeah, of
pools with
course.
me. Yeah.
Well, we'll
So
get the word out for you,
thank you.
and
For sure.
I appreciate you hopping on with me today, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah. Well, thank you for allowing me to share my company with
Yes,
you and your listeners and followers.
yes, yes, and I'll probably talk to you about a side exclusive for my clients if we can come up with something for them. I'm always connecting with business owners for exclusive deals.
Just give me a call. I'm sure we can work something out for
Awesome.
sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and like I said, I look forward to watching your journey.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.